If you watched the last video, you already know this. Hashimoto's is not a straight line problem, it's a web. And in this video, I want to walk you through what that actually means inside the body. So this image shows Hashimoto's at the center with all the systems that it can affect over time. And one of the biggest mistakes people make with Hashimoto's is thinking that it's just a thyroid problem, but it's not. The thyroid hormone talks to every single cell and every system in your body. And autoimmune inflammation, that doesn't stay politely contained in one place either. So when Hashimoto's isn't well controlled, it creates ripple effects across multiple systems at once. Now let's walk through some of the big ones. But before we go into that, if you appreciate these videos and if you find them helpful, it would mean the world to me if you would hit the like button or subscribe if you haven't done that already. That's all I ask. It helps with the channel more than you could imagine. So thanks so much. Now let's start with the cardiovascular system. Low thyroid hormone can raise cholesterol, which is why many doctors, at least the doctors who know the connection, will check your thyroid markers if your cholesterol is high. But thyroid hormone also affects heart rhythm, blood pressure, and cardiac output, how much blood your heart pumps. In fact, low thyroid can reduce cardiac output by as much as 30 to 50%. And that matters, especially over time. Now let's talk about digestion and the gallbladder, because this one is one of the most common but most overlooked connections. Thyroid hormone plays a major role in digestion. It helps maintain a healthy gut microbiome, it keeps the muscles of the GI tract moving, and it supports proper absorption of nutrients. But here's the part most people don't know. People with Hashimoto's have roughly double the risk of gallstones, even if they're already taking a thyroid prescription. Think of the gallbladder like a cement truck that has to keep moving, and if it doesn't, the contents thicken and sludge forms and then eventually stones develop. But thyroid hormone is what keeps that gallbladder contracting so the stones don't form. Next, let's talk about blood sugar stability. This is another critical strand in the web of Hashimoto's. Now, a large 2025 study found that people with Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism have about a 23% higher risk of type 2 diabetes than the general population. Now, looking in the other direction, other research shows that people who have type 2 diabetes, they are 2 to 3 times more likely to develop Hashimoto's. So this relationship runs both ways. Thyroid dysfunction worsens blood sugar control, and poor blood sugar control fuels thyroid autoimmunity. That's why supporting Hashimoto's always requires stabilizing blood sugar. And this isn't just about type 2 diabetes. It includes type 1, insulin resistance, hypoglycemia, and just unstable glucose swings that stress the immune and hormone systems. But wait, there's more. The thyroid hormone is deeply connected to female hormones. So low thyroid can contribute to irregular or painful cycles, infertility, miscarriage, and more severe menopause symptoms. Nearly half of women with Hashimoto's struggle with fertility issues at some point. Next, Hashimoto's can create brain inflammation. In fact, the same antibodies used to diagnose Hashimoto's can affect a part of the brain that's involved in balance and coordination. And this is why I once suspected Hashimoto's in a woman who kept falling, even though she had none of the classic thyroid symptoms. For her, gluten was the primary trigger, and once she removed it, the falling stopped. Now, when people say that their labs are normal, but they still don't feel well, this web is usually why. Hashimoto's is not just about TSH. As you can see, it's more complicated than that. So, what do? First, you learn which parts of the web are active for you. And next, you don't plan on fixing everything at once. You identify the biggest stress points and you work methodically. This is how real progress happens, and it is possible to unravel the web. If this helped connect some dots for you, make sure to hit like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.